Welcome back to TechFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Harmony One, whose current price stands at the $0.19 mark here on TradingView, and the market is up by 5.62%. And in this video I want to give the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart, and I'll be basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and I will also show you the patterns that I have on this chart. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of this video. And I'll briefly kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. From the all-time high, we have been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, and the ABC correction has now taken us to around the $0.16 mark, and I believe Harmony One has done whatever it needed to do in its ABC correction, and soon we might see that pump to the upper side in a 5 Elliot wave count, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. And before that happens, that is the target for the wave 1 is between the $0.23 mark and the $0.18 mark. That I'm basing it on the Fibonacci's. So if I apply the fibs here, you can see that that blue target area lies between the 0.618 fib level and the 0.5 fib level, which is the minimum that I'll expect that wave 1 to do to the upper side. And to give you the scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart, I'm going to use the 4-hour chart. Here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we have been trading within this channel that is over here, and we have tried to break to the upper side of this channel multiple times, having this resistance area right here. We have been rejected 3 times to the upper side, and at the moment we are also trying to break to the upper side, and there are some key patterns that I want to share with you so that we can have a rough idea of where the market might be going next. And on this chart you can also see that I have the 20-day MA, which is giving us support because we are trading above it, and we are also trading above the 9-day MA, and we are also trading above a key area of support at around the $0.17 mark. Here I had a pattern that I shared in my previous videos. That is a triple bottom over here, having this impulsive movement to the lower side, touched that bottom at around the $0.16 mark, then went to the upper side. We got rejected on the upper side of that channel, then went down once more, touched that key area of support, tried to move to the upper side. We didn't manage it because of that key area of resistance. Then we went down once more, making another bottom that makes it a triple bottom, and then we pushed to the upper side, but we didn't manage to break above the neckline of that triple bottom, because you can see we didn't manage to make a higher high above that key area of resistance at around the $0.19 mark. And from there we started seeing lower prices. We touched that key area of support once more, which is down there at around the $0.17 mark, and at the moment we are trying to continue pushing to the upper side, and this is very positive for Harmony One because I think soon we might see that breakout of this channel. And here I have another pattern which is playing out very nice over here, which is a triangle. If I apply that horizontal area of resistance, then we also have a trend line running that way. So you can see the price of Harmony One has been pushing to the end of this triangle. That is the apex of that triangle, and we got a breakout to the upper side, and in a very impulsive movement to the upper side. But this key area of resistance has been making us not to continue seeing higher prices. And some of the key scenarios that I expect us to see here is that we can manage to break to the upper side of that channel, and once that happens, Once we break, we might have a retest, and for us to confirm that we have broken out of this channel, I expect us to first close a 4-hour candlestick above that channel, and once that happens, then we can see a retest and then continue pushing to the upper side, and that move could take us to the next key area of resistance at around the $0.022 mark. And once we reach that area, it's possible that we break above it and then have a retest of that area also, and once we see that retest, we can then push to around the $0.03 mark on the Harmony 1 chart. But for that to play out, I also expect to see increased volume on this chart and also higher prices on the Bitcoin chart, because once we see a sell-off on that chart, we are definitely going to see this market being affected also. It's also possible that we might get rejected once more, because you can see this is acting as a very key area of resistance up here at around the $0.19 mark, and if we don't manage to break to the upper side, we can have a pullback to the lower side, and that would take us to around the $0.17 mark, where we have a key area of support. And if we lose that key area of support, then we might find ourselves to the next key area of support at around the $0.16 mark, and hope we don't lose that key area, because that area has been acting as support in that triple bottom that I have indicated here on this chart. And I hope once if we get to that area once more, we might still find support and then have a bounce to the upper side. But if we lose it and maybe have a retest, that would be the worst case scenario for Harmony 1, because the price could be taking us to around the $0.13 mark. So those are the key scenarios that I expect us to see on this chart. And if we also take a look at the indicators, here on the indicators, you can see that on the RSI we are trading at around the 62 mark, and that would mean we have room for us to continue pushing higher. That is, if we break above the channel, the upper part of that channel, we have room on the RSI to continue pushing to the upper side. And note, it's still possible that if we get that breakout if we continue pushing to the lower side and we lose those key areas of support on the RSI, we have room to support that move also. Here on the MACD, we are continuing to see an increase in volume, and that is very positive, because down here we had a bullish cross, and that would mean soon we might continue seeing higher prices until the moment we see a bearish cross on the 4-hour MACD. So those are the key scenarios that I expect to play out, and I'll keep you updated on any movement that plays out.